Hi everybody, today I'm back with another recipe. This time I'm going to make kidney beans, but this is a different kind of kidney beans. I have another video for a recipe with kidney beans. It's also called RAJMA in Hindi, and so I've made a RAJMA masala previously. Today I'm going to show you Kashmiri RAJMA. So it is a very simple recipe. I have soaked some red kidney beans overnight. These are the smaller kidney beans. They're also called, I think it's called Kashmiri Rajma or Jammu Rajma. So it's a smaller kidney bean. You can make this, but I really like this one. It's like nice and small. It's not too big, and the color stays nice and dark red, as opposed to some of the other ones that become very light. So soak these overnight, and then it's about a cup to cup and a half of dry kidney beans. So you can see there's quite a bit here. And then I just pressure cooked them on the bean chili mode here for 30 minutes on high pressure. Sorry, this one here. So that they're already nice and soft. Okay. So this time I'm not doing where, just cooking it overnight. I find that if you want it to be really nice and soft, you can still do a slow cook for a couple of hours, but it's good to soak them overnight and then give them a pressure cook on the bean chili mode for 30 minutes. So that's our beans. They're ready over here. Now for the other main ingredient, this is a turnip, or it's also called gogji in Kashmiri, and we're going to cube these up. So you peel them, cut off the sides, and then I'll cube them up. And so this gives a very unique flavor to the rajma, and so that's why you will see there is not a lot of onions or anything that goes into this dish, but this is what gives it flavor. And here I have some spices some whole spices, cinnamon, about a couple of pieces here that are about an inch long, three cardamoms, green cardamoms, 2 black cardamoms. I have 3 or so cloves in there and 3 to 4 peppercorns. So I am going to use my mortar and pestle over here and make them into a fine powder. This is what is the main spice mix that's going to go into the dish. Other than that, I have some ginger powder, and I also have some fennel powder. So this is fennel powder or saunf powder. You get these in the Indian store. I have my spice box here. Mostly I won't be using any of this. However, I will use this particular Kashmiri mirch. This is less spicy, or I would say a milder version of the chili powder, but more, it gives much of that deep red color. There's also special Kashmiri masala called War masala. This is what it looks like. It kind of comes in some blocks, and it is also a mixture of masalas. I actually don't know what goes into this, but as you can see, you just take a little bit of piece and put it at the end from the top. You can also put a little bit of garam masala, sprinkle it from the top. But anyways, we'll get to that part once we are there. The turnip is cubed, and I'm just working on this. So break it down. You want to make sure you remove the pods for the cardamoms. You only want the seeds. There we go. The smell is amazing. Like for freshly ground spices, just a heavenly smell over here. So we're going to get started. The Instant Pot is on saute mode now. It is nice and hot, so I'm going to put in some oil. You can use any oil. Sometimes Kashmiris like to use mustard oil a lot as well. So it gives a slightly different smell and flavor. So if you have that, use it. Otherwise, olive oil, vegetable oil, anything will do. So I put in about a tablespoon and a half of mustard oil in here, since I have that. And let it come up, heat up a little bit. So I'm going to start with about a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Let them splutter and sizzle. A little bit of hing or asafoetida. And then I'm going to put in all of that freshly ground spice mix. Now I'm going to quickly dump in all of the turnip. This way I want to just make sure that the spice mix doesn't burn. Also, the turnip will get some nice coating of the oil as well. Now leave these cubes about an inch and a half. That way they don't like disintegrate into your rajma. A little bit of salt. Now salt again, you want to adjust based on your taste preferences. I did put salt when I boiled the rajma, so I'm going to put less salt. You'll see that. But if you did not salt your beans before you boil them, then you should put in more. I'm going to put in some of the other masalas. So I'm going to put in about half a teaspoon to 3/4 of a teaspoon of the ginger powder, or it's also called saunt. I'll just put 3/4. And then I'm going to put about a teaspoon to teaspoon and a half of the fennel powder. These two spices are very, very commonly used in Kashmiri cooking. You'll see there's not a lot of onion, garlic or anything like that, but these spices give it a whole different flavor that is very unique from any of the other Indian food that you have had. And now I'm going to just dump in my boiled kidney beans. So in went the kidney beans. Give everything a nice stir. Now the reason I also don't like to boil the rajma directly with this in this particular setup, like with the turnip, because then the turnip might sometimes get overboiled and mushy. Adding a little bit more salt here. Okay, I also added about a teaspoon of the Kashmiri chili powder, as you can see. So mixing that up as well. So that's really it. So just once you give it a last stir, now we're gonna, I turned off the saute mode here, and since I like to always kind of use my IP to do double duty, I'm going to put in and cook some rice. This particular dish, the rajma gogji or kidney bean turnip, is best eaten with rice. So we are going to put in rice. I have about a cup of basmati rice over here, and 2x the amount of water, and that's it. So now once I close the lid over here, it's in sealing position. I'm going to just actually turn on the rice mode. It pressure cooks at about 10 to 12 minutes at high, and that is actually perfect. It will cook the rice and it will cook the turnip as well. The kidney beans will soak up all the flavor. So that's it. I will see you on the other side, and we'll finish off the curry and the rice will be ready. So our rajma is ready. As you can see, the rice is perfectly cooked here on top. So I'm going to take that out. And I'm going to take this out as well. Okay, so now as you can see, the turnip is well cooked. And I see that some of the water is still there. So this is a little bit liquidy. I'm going to put this back on saute mode just to evaporate the liquid a little bit. If you like it more like this, which is soupy, you can keep it this way. That's fine too. But I'm just going to maybe another 5 to 8 minutes is what I'm going to saute this on, just to get some of the liquid off. I'm also going to put some of this masala in there. This is a Kashmiri masala. So I sprinkle some of that masala as well as a little bit of garam masala as well, maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon. Just mixing it here, saute, and then you can serve it.